What is up, YouTube? I'm about to head off to work. We are rebuilding our 12-foot Cincinnati Shear at work, and I can't find any videos on how to rebuild the hold down paws or anything. So I'm gonna head off to work and I'm gonna film the process, and hopefully this will help someone else out. This is our Cincinnati 12-foot shear. It will shear 3/8 inch thick steel, and I believe up to 1/2 inch thick 12-foot section. These hydraulic paws were leaking, and we could not find any information on rebuilding them. The manuals that we have do not show you how to disassemble these. Nowhere online, there's no videos, so this is going to be my video on how to rebuild one of these hydraulic hold downs. Hopefully this will be able to help someone out. I don't know, but this thing was severely leaking oil. Just from sitting here, you can, all the oil coming off here. We put new blades on it, which was a fun time. You gotta pull this table all the way back. There's 5 giant nuts down here on the bottom to loosen up this whole bottom table, and then you have to undo all of these bolts on both blades, and then you have to come back here and start adjusting these nuts to get your backlash or your tolerances for the blade. So on the ends here where the knives contact, you have to have 10 thousandths, and then it's supposed to get down to 8 thousandths in the middle and back up to 10 thousandths on the end on this particular shear. So that was a pain. We had to come down, lower the blade at each paw, and put the feeler gauge in there and make sure that it was correct spacing so that the blades don't contact each other, and so you get a good cut on the piece of metal. So this is how you take off one of these hydraulic paws. This is a special wrench you need to get these connections off. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe just this piece was over $1,000, but you just gotta loosen up the nut. And all the grease built up and oil, it makes it difficult to grab these things and spin them. Working in a fabrication shop, there's a lot of dust and grime, especially because the parking lot's dirt right in front of the building. It's gravel, but it just comes right in the shop and coats everything. Now there's going to be a little split collar underneath here that you want to catch. It's a little split collar like this to pull in this paw into the next one. And then you just go ahead and loosen up these bolts, and then it pops right off. Just a little helpful tip: if you put something underneath the paw whenever you take these bolts out, it holds it up and doesn't fight you loosening the bolts, and then you just pop it off right like that. There's going to be some oil still left in here, so you're going to drain that out, but let's go take this one apart. So after you take the paw off, you just want to put it in a vise or whatever. There's a giant Allen key here. We had to make a wonderful giant wrench to get these things off, but we'll go ahead and put that in there and see if it'll come loose. We might have to put some heat on it. It's a real pain.
Nope, this one's coming.
So the castle nut is on. You have to align for the cotter pin, which is kind of a pain. This is the second style. It's just a tapered shaft that it gets pushed on. There's no castle nut or threads to hold the seals in. So once we pull this one apart, I'll show you what that looks like. So this is two different styles. This is the one with the threads on it, and this is just a tapered tip. Both the bushings just get pushed right on. These are the new style rebuild kit for the seals that we got. These are the 3 different styles that came out of the 13 different hold downs that we did.
What's up?
This is a little press tool that we machined. If you make this a little bit longer, this is about 3 inches long. You would genuinely want it to be like 4.5 inches. It's just under 5/8 inch thick, but this is what we use to first get it to the shaft to pop loose.
Alright. You doing them tables today or what?
We're doing a video. This one's moving easy too. Oh, right, we might get a pop. We will get a pop.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's moving easy. Yeah, these were letting loose and popping real bad. These past few, there your bottom. These past few have just been pushing right out.
Yeah, where's it?
Boy, what the hell?
I was thinking that too, but I didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to the beach. Look at his salmon shirt. He looks like he's going to the beach.
Oh, that one's really fucked.
So this is a little homemade tool that we had to make to push the new bushings in. This fits over the shaft on the hold down paw itself, and this will just go up in there and be able to press it back in. Went ahead and put some new hydraulic oil on the new seals. So we got the paw itself in the freezer to shrink that up a little bit. So we'll pull that out and slap this one together. First, you gotta put an O-ring down on. Pick up the paw, set that on, take one seal, and that one seemed to go in pretty decent, but still gotta get pressed down. And then that's just going to get pressed down until it bottoms out and it can't go no more. And then you go ahead and put the second one on. And there it goes, bottomed out. and you loosen it up. All right, and then the difficult part is getting this second O-ring on over top the threads. We found taking 2 screwdrivers and working it down kind of helps.
Another spring.
Yes, sir.
The rum springer.
6. You haven't got
Once you get that other O-ring on, you just slide the other seal down and then press that one end down until it won't go anymore.
You didn't get the number 7, the leaker yet.
We just took it off. We didn't pull it apart yet.
This one here this morning was the easiest one I've ever pressed. Right as soon as it got a little bit of pressure on it.
So that's what it looks like once they're pressed in. All it takes is a castle nut and a Carter key, and then you put the cap back on and your paw is rebuilt. So the castle nut is on. You have to align for the cotter pin, which is kind of a pain. So a little bit of a tip, get yourself a pair of needle nose pliers and grab the cotter key like that. You want to align the hole in the shaft parallel with the housing tubing, and then you just got to be careful of feeding in the cotter pin into the hole, and then you just bend it over like usual. All right, just a little bit of an update on this Shear. This video was actually filmed 2 to 3 years ago. So the hold down paws on this big old Cincinnati Shear are not leaking. So if you go ahead and follow along with how to rebuild these paws, you should not have any issues. The blades are still in alignment, cutting real good. The only leak that we do have is this valve is starting to leak, but that has nothing to do with the actual paws. The paws themselves are not leaking 1 drop of oil. Things still kicking and cutting good. So, hope this video helps you guys out. Save you guys a lot of money if you can do these yourself.